welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my finale for my fall and winter project pan. I will be starting my spring and summer, since technically the day that I film it, it will be the first day of spring and everything. So yeah, so I did write down how many times I use the stuff and the total of everything for each things. Some I decided that I'm going to declutter, some I decided to keep and just put back my collection, everything and all that. So I do have, don't mind that, that's just my makeup and shopping as usual. So yeah, anyways, so I'm going to be having the finale and all of that. So, keep you guys a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. Okay, so first of all, this ended. My spring summer is actually going to be until next year and everything. I usually pick products that work with my skin and all that. And give me a moment. Sorry. But anyways, and then the spring and summer project pan is going to start the day when spring starts, and I do again combine the two seasons because again it's my personal project pan and I mainly did it. I've been doing this for years. I didn't start it. Saw people do seasonal ones. I saw people do different type of ones like this, but for me personally, I like the things like a seasonal one like that because it actually works with my skin. I've told you guys this plenty of times. I do have oily skin and it worser during the spring and summer when the more hot, more humidity and everything. So I have to use certain type of products, and that reason why I decided to do a combination of seasons, like the fall and winter when my skin is less oily, a little more drier. Spring and summer my skin is a lot more oily and all that. So I'll go ahead and tell you what I put in there, the updates, the final and the total, everything, and then I'll tell you the total of using products throughout the time. So all that. So the first thing is always, the thing with the fall and winter one is I always have two of each. So I always have two when it comes to primers, a hydrating one and a matte one, because just depending on my skin is, I could go back and forth. Cheek products like highlights, blushes, bronzers, I always try to do a powder and a cream. Again, because I want to get more use out of my cream products. I'm not a big fan of cream like I used to be. Excited at first, but now it's like it's just more easier sometimes with powder when it comes to my skin and all that. So the first one for primer is the Illamasqua Hydrate Primer. So it looks like it's actually a very gel like type primer. Has like this gel, sorry, the gel type texture and all that and everything. So, but it does a great job hydrating. It does keep my skin, you know, from definitely when the winter months my skin is a lot more drier, need more moisturizer and everything, more moisture. I like using this. It's great for that. So keeping this, because you never know, it might get still a little dry during the summer, but we'll see. My goal was to use it all. Didn't, but I used it total one time throughout the project. The next one is, again, you guys know my holy grail, which is the NYX Angel Veil. This I love. I don't know how much I have in here. This is more like a, not a transparent package or anything like that, so I don't have anything to weigh it. I don't have anything to see through it, so I don't know exactly, but you guys know this is my holy veil, holy primer throughout the summer and all that. Is what I love, is what I gravitate towards, what works for my skin and everything. So I didn't use that all, but I definitely will have more use during the spring and summer and everything. I do have my spring and summer project stuff picked out, but I will use this throughout that because I know that there are going to be days when it's going to be really hot and I'm going to be really sweaty and I definitely need something to keep my makeup on. So yeah, definitely will be getting more use out of it. I went through like my third or fourth tube of this, so I know I get through it. I know I get through it mostly during that time, but I am definitely keeping this. Okay, and then for, only got one concealer. That is the Johanna concealer here. There's no holes or anything like that. I've used it plenty of times. I forgot to write down in my little notebook here to show how much I've used, but you can still see a whole bunch on the wand. So we'll see. I'll keep using it. It's not one of my favorite concealer or one of the great concealers I have, but I'll keep using it and keep in all that. The next one is the BB cream, the Johanna BB cream. Not my favorite one. It's what it looked like. Here are the marks. It's about halfway, as you can see, done. It has like a lot of air bubble and all that, but I don't have that much left. And I just want to get through with this. And no fact, I'm this close of being done, and this is how much I have left. Literally, probably going to use it during the summer, but use it where I have like, you know, have a mattifying primer, a mattifying spray, because this does not do a good job. I'm not a big fan of it. My oils goes through a lot faster, a lot quicker, does not stay on for a long time, so I just want to get more use out of it and want to just use it up, get it done with, and over with, and all that. And that I used not all. Okay, the next is for powder. So for bronzer, for the powder part of the bronzer, I have the coconut one. When they had the coconut collection, this I used 4 times total. That's what it looked like. It's a very beautiful, like neutral bronze type one. I love it. It's great for my skin, very neutral. Does smell like good. I might actually end up clearing. This is something like very old enough, and I got plenty of bronzer, so I might end up decluttering this. I used it as much as I can, and now it's pretty old because they came out with the coconut collection a while back, so I'll probably just decluttering this because of its old and everything, and it used to smell like coconut, but doesn't anymore, so I liked it. It was good. Great bronze. I like a lot of things from ColourPop, so I'll probably just declutter that just for that reason. But overall, it was a good bronzer. I really did really like it. I don't like decluttering stuff, especially when I have my collection, but again, I have other bronzers that is newer to me, that still smells good, that is as good as that one, so I don't feel really that bad. So yeah. Okay, for the cream is the Yinse bronzer. This actually got in a box charm on Ipsy, but I really do like it. It's a very creamy type. You can see I've used quite a bit of it. It's very easy to blend out. It almost reminds me of some of the like the newer brown creamer, like from Say or from Huda Beauty, you know, brands like that. This I used 1 time, so it's a very good bronzer. I like to use on its own. I like to use it and then powder my face and just use it by itself without a bronzer over it, but just depends how I feel, but I really do like it. I'm going to keep that. For the blush, for this one, this only is I'm keeping because it only was from the e.l.f. and this is a putty blush. And this one, I think, is in Caribbean. It looks very bright, but once you swatch it out and everything, you can see I've done swatches. I have used it. Haven't used it during this project pan, but I have used it before it came in the project pan. And I used to be scared of it, but not anymore. It's very pretty, and it's kind of like give you that type of flush when you like come out from cold, so it's a very good like winter type blush and everything, because it's a little bit deeper but blends out very beautifully. I'm keeping this. This is the only e.l.f. blush one I have. I was thinking about getting another one, but I have plenty of cream blushes and all that, so I'm going to wait a while if I get any more of these, but I do enjoy it. For the powder, I put in the almond one. This one I've used 2 times total, and you can see there is a little bit of wear in the boss mitt, like right there. I really do like it. It's a very beautiful orangey type blush it's in the ruby. So I definitely am keeping this. I love it. It's like great for like winter and all that. But that's what it looked like. So I'm keeping that. The next thing, which I forgot to mention, for setting powder, I am going to keep this one. This is the Everyday Vacay one by Catrice. Pretty much just like the white powder and everything. See, this is how much I have done. I'm keeping it because I don't have that much left. But that's what it looked like. I don't have technically that much left. I'm going to keep it with me and use it so I can get rid of it, because I want, again, trying to use it in my collection. But it's not one of my favorite setting powders, but it's not one of the worst ones either. So, okay, for blush, for highlight, I am going to kind of declare this. Again, this is very old. Got hard pan, and I really don't want to scrape it, and this is from Fenty Beauty, and I have another highlight for Fenty Beauty. It actually works a lot better than this, and this one is in the Me Money Hustler Baby. If I didn't have so many highlights, I probably would rebuy this, because it is a very beautiful highlight. It does go great in my skin tone. And this is what it looked like. You can see I use this side a little bit more. This side right here is very major hard pan. I scraped it before. And this side right here, this one right here, I think it's the Hustler Baby, works a lot better than the Me Money. But I don't want to keep it just for, you know, one highlight and everything. Because you can see it still has that glow, that highlight. But I don't want to keep it and then waste the Me Money and all that. So part of me do want to keep it. But part of me is like, I don't know. I'll probably think about this and probably see, you know, I don't want to declare it knowing that fact that one side really still works and really has that beautiful glow. So we'll see. We will see. And all of that. And see if I feel like I'll keep it until I do my declutters because I usually do my declutters like almost halfway through the year. I start decluttering stuff and all that. But we'll see by the end of the year if I decide to keep it just for that or not. So, okay, next is the Catrice HD coverage. I need to get more use out of it, but this is a very good type of foundation. Got my new base. It's great because it does stay on for a long time. For like sex skin, it doesn't seem cake or anything like that on me. It works really well as my NYX weightless foundation, my Untitled weightless foundation, or my e.l.f. foundation, which you'll see me use that foundation, which I'm kind of shocked. But anyways, so yeah, it comes out like this. But yeah, it's very good foundation and it works really well. I mean, the color is really great on me. It still smells good, but I like it and everything, so I'm definitely keeping it. I want to get more use, and that one and a few other ones. This is like literally part of my holy grail I use during the summer and spring, because between that and another foundation, that's really the only foundation I use throughout the year. Besides the Knit Urban Decay Weightless Foundation, that's really the only one I use through the years because I know that's the only one that I know will stay on my face and everything. And for that one, I used 3 times. Okay, for the liquid highlight, I have the iconic one. This is something I'm kind of figuring if I'm going to declare or not because it is beautiful. It's in the shade Original. Again, it's a little too dark for me, but that would look like. But if you take a little bit, like a tiny bit, and just blend it out, it doesn't seem that bad. So it does give you that glow and everything. It seemed like it will really work for my shade, my skin tone. So I am going to keep that, and I am going to keep it out to use it more and everything. Then we have the 2 sprays, which is this one I'm definitely going to get rid of. This is the Ultra Beauty Matte Spray. I don't like it. It does not do a good job, and it does not keep my makeup on for a long time, anything like that. So definitely decline that. It's not one, again, you guys know my holy grail, blind makeup, elf, blah blah. Not going to keep repeating, you guys know. And that one I used... I didn't use it at all, but I did use the Pixi Glow Mist one time. This is my favorite one. You guys can see the line. You can see I'm actually a little bit below now. It's my favorite one. This does not make me look oily, greasy, cakey, anything like that. It makes me look very within type glow. It does not accentuate my oils, not make me look more oily than I already am, and it just does a good job giving that natural type glow, and I really do like it, and I am definitely keeping it. Then last we have the e.l.f. Bite Size Shadows. I put 3 in here. We have the Bay Bad, the Rose Water, Berry Bad, and the Cream and Sugar and Pumpkin Pie. As I said before in my intro, in my first update, I know I only had intro update and now my finale. It's because these are very short months between the 2 seasons that I don't have a lot of updates. My yearly long project pan, that updates, and I will probably link that above if you guys missed my first update for my yearly one. That's a lot better because that's a whole year. These are just like maybe 2, 3, 4 months at the most, so I can't really give you like update 1, update 2, update 3 and all that. So I have to work what I have to work with throughout those seasons, because they do change and we do have different ones. But as I said in my intro in my first update with these, and these are what they look like. They're just like the mini ones. And I did actually, I said before, I did get a mini one, which you guys will see in my e.l.f. full face using somewhat newish e.l.f. products. I have that coming up. My goal was not to hit pan on every single one of these, every single shade. My goal was to hit pan on one. Which one I can hit pan on. You know, I said if I hit pan on the Very Bad, then all 3 is out. If I hit pan on apple pie, pumpkin pie, they're out. So that was my concept, bringing these in and see how many times can I use them, and if I get pan on one. If I get pan on a shade, no matter what shade it was, no matter what palette it was in, could I do it? So I did use it one time, but that's because I used one of these shadows one time in a look. So that reason why, yeah, it's not saying that I used one shadow one time or anything like that. It just said pretty much I used one of these bite size one time. That's how I did it. Last but not least, we have 2, which one I am going to declutter, even though I love pumpkin pie. Both the pumpkin pie Melted Max liquid lipstick and the lip gloss, both in shade pumpkin pie. Both of them still smell like pumpkin pie, even after all these years. They still smell good. But between the 2, And I use the liquid lipstick twice and the lip gloss 3 times total. Between these two, I'm not a big fan of the melted one from Too Faced. I feel like they do dry my lips down, and the only reason I would keep it is because of the smell, and because I love pumpkin spice, and because that's my favorite since during fall. So yeah. Did I just put... Oh, good. And again, it still smells like pumpkin spice. And that's the color. So, I am going to keep it. I am going to use it, but I'm going to make sure I have a lip gloss over it just to make sure it won't be so drying. And it does dry my lips out. Plain and simple. But I can't get rid of it. It just still smells so good. Okay, so the total of using everything throughout this project pan from when I started last year all the way till now, it is 20 times. So 20 times I use these products. From setting spray, eyeshadow, lip product, face products, you know, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, that is everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy my final update. Again, I will be filming my spring and summer intro to it. I've already got the products picked out, already got my list down, so that way I can mark it down when I used it and everything. Again, it'll probably be the same type of updates and everything, because again, shorter time, shorter months for each season and all of that. So hope you guys again like the video. If you guys do any project pan, comment that down below in the description box. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, that way you guys know I upload every weekend and Wednesday. And I hope you guys have a lovely day and night. My name is Christina, and everything I'm wearing on my face will be down below in the description box, including everything that I have panned. I will have the project pans and all that for the fall and winter update, just in case you guys missed the intro, the first update, all that. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Till then, bye.